Have you ever wondered why altcoins suddenly explode while Bitcoin just moves sideways? Today, I'll explain that using the chart which compares Bitcoin's dominance in 2017, 2021 and what could happen in 2025. By the end, you understand why the Bitcoin dominance dropping is the signal for a massive altcoin season. First, I'll make it simple. Bitcoin dominance is the percentage of the total crypto market that belongs to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin dominance is, let's say, 60%, it means Bitcoin makes up 60% of the whole crypto market, and all other coins share the remaining 40%. When Bitcoin dominance goes down, it means money is flowing out of Bitcoin and into altcoins. This is the simple process and flow of capital. If we look at 2017 cycle, which is on the left side of the chart, we see 2017 Bitcoin dominance dropped from about 85% down to 37% in just 140 days, which is 20 bars on this weekly chart. That's when, if you were around, projects or altcoins like Ethereum, XRP had their first massive bull run. This was the birth of the altcoin season in a way, the idea, and where it all started from. Then in 2021 cycle, which is here the middle chart, the same thing happened again. Bitcoin dominance peaked around 73%, then fell to about 41% in 140 days. During this time, altcoins like Solana, Avalanche, if you were here, again, and some meme coins like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu absolutely exploded. And I'm sure that this was a very, very exciting time for everyone who was around. Now, what matters to us? Looking into 2025 and the projection. This is the exciting part. So on the right hand side, we see Bitcoin dominance around 70% earlier this year. But if history repeats, which generally is the case, we believe that history rhymes, history repeats in crypto, we should see the dominance falling again to about 40% by November 2025. That means the market could be gearing up for the biggest altcoin season yet. Think about it. Trillions of dollars flowing into altcoins. So what you see right now, this short-term dip, is your best opportunity to accumulate because the biggest phase of the altcoin season is yet to come. And this happens every cycle. So far, at the start of the bull run, investors trust Bitcoin the most, so money flows there first. And you know that, and we've already seen this phase. Bitcoin just jumped for a year, last year from 65 to 120k this year. So it doubled its value just in a year. And this is where this first phase of the bull run came into the picture. Now we're moving on to the second phase where once Bitcoin reaches new highs and it slows down, people take profits and they move into altcoins looking for bigger gains, which is slowly coming now. You can see that with Ethereum, let's say, money is definitely moving into Ethereum because you can see Ethereum has almost hit 5k as well, and it's been sleeping for the past years. So it's very, very visible how we're moving into those different phases of the bull run. If you're new, it might seem confusing, you might not be able to recognize that, but if you zoom out and you try to figure out what's happening, you can clearly see the rise of Bitcoin slowly moving into Ethereum, and then we'll see this last phase that money would start moving from Bitcoin itself and Ethereum itself into the smaller market cap altcoins. And this repeats every 4 years following the Bitcoin halving cycles and events. And you can check my other videos on YouTube explaining the 4-year cycle and how we move into this space. So just for your own information and your awareness, when we have Bitcoin's dominance rising, it means that altcoins will likely stay quiet and they will come on a second plan. When we have Bitcoin dominance falling, means that altcoins could explode. And based on this chart, simply the second half of 2025 should be the ultimate altcoin season we're looking for. And I think this will be the case, and I personally believe that history repeats. But if you're new to the crypto world, keep this chart in mind because Bitcoin usually leads the market, but altcoins bring, those explosive gains when the dominance falls. And just manage your risk regardless, because when the rewards can be huge, which is what would altcoin season bring, so can be the risks. The risks are also huge when the reward is huge. So one of the indicators is Bitcoin dominance and altcoins and Ethereum's dominance, but also you've got the fear and greed index. If you're not on my Discord, you can refer to CoinMarketCap and find the fear and greed index over there, and also the Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance here on the top. But keep in mind that those indicators are slightly behind. They don't represent the actual sentiment that we see in the space. They come a bit delayed. And just for reference, if I show you on Discord, on my Discord, we receive latest news, and we also receive every day the crypto market indicators, which are very important to keep an eye on. You can see Bitcoin dominance is 59, Ethereum is 13, and others. And you can compare that on a daily basis and see what's happening. We can see that Bitcoin dominance, for example, has reduced a little bit from the day before. But also what's important is the fear and greed index, because there is a simple rule there. Buy in fear, sell in greed. And right now we are in fear. Whereas if you look at the indicator here, it would show you neutral. So it's important that you guide yourself accurately, because right now this answers your question. If you're thinking, should I buy, should I sell? Well, we're in fear. This is the best opportunity to buy. It's just something to keep in mind and guide yourself, especially if you're new to the space. So that's for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.